Hey guys, recently I was in Milwaukee for business and I stayed in the Hyatt Regency, which is a pretty nice little hotel, and I thought I'd just go ahead and give you guys a quick tour and my thoughts on the place. So the funny thing is, when I had just arrived, there was actually an anime convention going on, so there was kind of like people dressed up as elves and other anime characters all over, so here's just a quick clip on the stuff that was going on during that time. But anyways, for the rest of the hotel, before I dive into the actual room tour, there's a nice little fitness center that is only accessible by key card on the second floor. You can access this 24/7, and so I'm just accessing right now when nobody is there, just to give you guys an idea of what's available here. So as with any gym, there is a nice little water station, a corner where you can get fresh towels, and also a tiny little bathroom scale for you to weigh yourself. In terms of equipment, we've got quite a few free weights and also some other machines that you can use. There are a few treadmills, bikes, and other machines that you can use. There's also a yoga ball. It's a very small gym, but you could set up a mat somewhere. But overall, it's a nice little clean gym with a few TVs, so I think it's a nice asset to this hotel. Now, I did actually manage to get access to the Regency Club, and since this is in Milwaukee, it's in a city, there are 18 floors total in this hotel. So on the very top floor, the 18th floor, is a members exclusive lounge for Hyatt Regency Club members. Normally, I probably wouldn't pay for some kind of membership like this, let alone stay in a hotel like this, but since I was on business, I was able to get access to this lounge. So let's go ahead and get a quick tour around this place. So it's a really small area. It's on the top floor, so you get a pretty nice view of the city. What they do have is some food that you can access actually 24/7. They even have beer, but that's not accessible 24/7. But in the breakfast hours, you're able to get some free breakfast, some nice hot food, baked goods, and the usual stuff that you would have as an American breakfast. Now let's move on to the actual room tour. So I stayed in a 2 double bed room with a bath shower. So as usual, you got your key card to enter. So once you enter, right on the left, at least for my room, is the closet where you have the traditional stuff that you would expect, like the ironing board, the room service pull-out tray, and also extra pillows if you really needed it. On the other side of the corridor is the bathroom, which is actually pretty darn small. The vanity is nice and wide though, so I do appreciate that. There are water glasses in the corner that you can use. There's extra toilet paper down there, hair dryer, which is actually a pretty nice powerful hair dryer, not the ones that are on the walls like you would find in most hotels, so that's nice. Underneath the sink, you'll find the grip pad if you needed that to put it in the shower. But also underneath the sink are the extra towels, which I don't think that's a really great placement for towels. But you can find the other washcloths that you would use on your face hanging on the side of the wall. In terms of the freebies, you got body lotion and also hand soap in the tray. And then sitting on the floor mat is actually the bar of body soap that you can use. I never really liked these type. They always make my skin super dry. But when I first saw it, I actually thought they were like pills because of the bumps. So yeah, needless to say, I was pretty tired when I checked in that day. But continue on our freebie tour. We have, of course, the conditioner. Next to that is the bath gel, and next to that is shampoo. And none of these are particularly high quality stuff, but at least they'll get you through your stay. And just a pro tip, if you hide them away each day, they'll replace it with a brand new tube so you can stock up on your freebie hotel stuff. Taking a look at the rest of the shower, is actually a pretty nice modern design. I actually pretty dig it. And it does still have a shower curtain, and they do clean that every day or replace it at least, so that's good. Stepping out of the bathroom, you are greeted with a thermostat on the wall, which you are able to control your room individually, which is very nice. And now exploring the actual room itself, you have a nice full-length mirror to help you get dressed in the morning. You have a floor lamp, a single person chair if you wanted to sit in that. Personally, I don't really like hotel chairs just because they're not clean very much. There was also a note that they left us right before I came in because there was an incident last night. Unfortunately, this is a city. But anyways, moving on to the rest of the room, you can see there is a flat screen TV as long as on top of a dresser. Here are the 2 double beds. In between that are nightstands, and of course there is the very old, outdated hotel phone that you can use to call for room service. There's a little note that you can leave, and also to the right of that is a iHome, so you can blast your tunes or set an alarm using that if you wanted to. Also, there is a little outlet, if you see there, right in between to charge up your devices. But moving on to the other side of the room, let's get back to the window in just a bit. But there is the desk that you can work in, a nice little office chair. And once again, there is another phone that you can call for room service. There's a coffee maker right there, but I think you actually had to pay if you wanted to use it. Not too sure because I'm not a coffee drinker, but you can see also along the side are wall outlets and actually all the ports for the TV. Just because the way that the TV is situated, it would be really difficult for you to access the back of the port. So I do like that they built it right into the side right here in the dresser, because I definitely did take advantage of that. I brought my Roku streaming stick along as usual so I can watch my favorite TV shows and movies. And then inside the dresser furniture, you can actually access a tiny little safe box, which combination you can set yourself. So if you have some important stuff you don't want people touching, you can put it in there. It's not a microwave, guys. This one is actually a safe. There's actually no microwave in the room, at least the one I have. Underneath it is actually the mini fridge. Inside you will find 2 water bottles that are only complimentary if you are a World of Hyatt credit card holder. They are $2 each, which is definitely heavily overpriced, so if you're looking for water, I highly recommend you look elsewhere, unless you're absolutely dying of thirst. And of course, there are plenty of drawers for you to unpack your clothes if you want to stuff them in those drawers. And now for that window view, even though I'm only on technically the 3rd floor, it actually still has a nice outlook over the city. Again, if you wanted to have a better view, you probably go on the top floor and just look out the window there. But overall, for a kind of mid-tier to lower-tier range of hotels, I think the Hyatt Regency Milwaukee is a pretty nice place to stay. The room service were pretty prompt, and they even cleaned beyond what I would expect. They actually cleaned the gunk off of my electric toothbrush charger. It used to be really gunky, and then it was immaculate one day when I came back, so that was really nice. Overall setup is pretty cool. Elevator is nice and smooth when you ride it. It's always really cool to see high-rise buildings, and you can see the high ceilings all the way through in the center of the hotel. The staff were friendly, so overall I had a pretty good experience staying here for 5 nights. So if you guys are in the need of a place to stay in Milwaukee, I do recommend the Hyatt Regency.